Hello, everybody. It's Pastor Chris Wilson from St. Andrew Christian Church, and excited to talk about the sermon this coming week, and maybe more importantly, the sermon series for the month of August. So 3 of the 4 Sundays in August, I'm doing a movie-based series. I try to do that in the summertime. I've typically done that in July, but it's me in August this year, and I've chosen for the movie series to be based on the superhero of Wonder Woman. So I'm super excited about this. And so I've entitled the series Wonder Woman, Celebrating the Complexity, Power, and Beauty of Women. And little did I know when I worked on this series months ago, how timely this particular series might be around the strength and significance of women in our society. It was not that long ago that the Southern Baptist Convention had their annual convention and made a declaration that any church that had a female minister on staff, they were going to not allow them to be in the convention anymore. And just the sad state that churches would just disconnect churches that had female leadership in them. And more recently, we've had an influx of energy around politics and the role of women in politics. And so should be an interesting series of things going on in our culture and society today, as well as looking at some of the biblical history and role of women and using the superhero of Wonder Woman as an overlay for thinking about complexity and beauty and strength and all those pieces that make up the great gifts that women bring to the world. And so we'll be looking at that series. So the first week, the first of the 3 sermons in this series, I'll be looking at a passage from the Old Testament or Hebrew scripture of Exodus. And in that, we have the biblical character of Miriam. And Miriam is known, but maybe not as much as known. I know Denise did a sermon around Miriam within the last year. But one of the things we know about Miriam is she has a much more prominent role in Scripture than maybe sometimes people think. We have most of our books are very patriarchal in nature and written by men, and the role of women in many cases has been diminished in some way. And in some places, women aren't even named, which is really even a sadder state of affairs. But in Exodus, we have this role of Miriam and how she stands alongside Moses, but in many ways conducts a significant role of leadership. And so the focus for this week is what I would call words of confidence. Just the strength of verbiage and words and language that women bring to the cultural narrative and even the religious narratives in which we live, and the role of confidence in the words they bring that allows the church and our society to flourish and thrive in so many ways. And so we'll use the backdrop of Wonder Woman, who portrays all these gifts, and looking at the role that she has in the movie that we'll be seeing on August the 3rd, the movie that Gal Gadot portrays Wonder Woman, and that movie from 2017. One of the things that is a powerful, consistent piece throughout that movie of Wonder Woman is this sheer confidence that Wonder Woman has throughout the film. Nothing deters her from what she seeks to want to accomplish for the good of greater people. So that's how we're going to kick off the series, and we'll look at the biblical person of Miriam. We'll look at modern day women that bring and exude confidence in the way they carry themselves. So I hope you'll join us on Sunday as we launch this new series, this first Sunday of August.